Hello and welcome back to ZigWheels, where we're taking a closer look at the hottest stars from EICMA 2017. I was at the show and Karthik, apart from some envy, has some questions about...
We're talking now about the KTM stand, and they had a lot to show over there.
Ooh, I mean, lot in terms of, so much heart, so much emotion. I can't even start. First of all, we got to the conference just as it started, and that stand was packed like the Delhi Auto Expo, to be very honest. It was that crazy, and people rushing in, and obviously it's KTM, it's orange, and it causes a lot of excitement in the crowd. And
But the thing that we were also excited about,
of course, has to be the Duke 790. The production version is here. It's so gorgeous.
but is it going to be made in India?
No.
Is it going to come to India?
Okay, now it's a slightly tricky question. From what I've heard, the 790 platform, well, that has been designed for easy CKD. That's
What does that mean?
So-
I have no idea. CKD is you break it up, motorcycle into parts, you bring it and you assemble.
Easy assembly in various markets. Unlike their very premium, the big Adventure and the big Duke, the 1290s and all that, which are designed for production in their Austrian facility, the 790 has been designed in such a way that it can be sourced very easily from other component makers across the globe and can be assembled at a comparatively affordable price.
So are you saying the components are less expensive?
The components are less expensive. It's easier to actually localize some of the components as compared to your top spec Brembos and top spec WB suspension. So in that sense. So the aim behind that 790 platform for KTM was to basically make it friendly for CKD markets across the globe.
And PD said a very interesting thing about the 790 when we were talking about earlier. You hopped onto it, right?
I did hop onto it.
And what
I had to fight some people, but I did hop onto it.
And what was that like?
It is such a tiny motorcycle. It barely feels larger than the current new 390. And
Really?
yeah, it's tiny, and it's 105 horsepower from that little thing. It's such a mental combination.
And in terms of seating position and all, does it feel like the Duke or...
The geometry, the seating geometry, the way the rider sits is very similar to the current Duke. Like, you have a very slight lean forward towards the bars. The bars are wide, they are tallish. Your feet are not that far back. The tank itself is fairly narrow. It feels like a compact motorcycle.
And that's also a bit of a downside according to me, because when you see the frontal shots, it looks like...
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, I mean, if this bike were to come to India as a CKD, and apparently KTM is pushing for it, Bajaj to just say, go for it, it would somewhere be in the price like maybe about 8-9 lakh rupees at least, because technically it would compete against the likes of your Street Triple from Triumph price-wise.
That's a triple. This is a twin.
Yeah, but it's making about the same amount of power. It's a KTM, it's going to be more mad. But yeah, it's a little hard to justify a bike that looks and feels so similar to the current 390, which is under 3 lakh rupees, and then having to pay so much for it. Yeah, I mean, KTM enthusiasts won't mind paying that for the performance, for the utter madness it will bring to the table. But it might be a little difficult to justify it for everybody else.
6 lakhs, good price.
I think that will work really well if they can manage that 6 lakh mark, because there's nothing. If you look at it, if in the street bike market, in that price bracket, all you have is the Z650, which is not an exciting motorcycle.
It's a great motorcycle,
great bike, but it's
it's just not exciting.
I mean,
It does its job well. It's well made. It's reliable, smooth. It's all good, but
Very usable,
just not exciting. And in that price bracket, if they can get this bike, 105 horsepower.
And with what we know now so well, what KTM stands for, dynamic ability, that kind of crazy part.
Like some of the press shots, the bike just looks absolutely phenomenal. With the rider knee and elbow down and wheeling coming out of a corner, and just
so many exciting.
KTM stuff.
Yeah.
But there was a disappointment for me. I'm gonna talk about that. But there is a halo as well for us to follow through on. There was no 390 Adventure.
Yes. I mean, after seeing the test mule spy pics, we were really expecting that bike to be there, and especially after Rajiv Bajaj announced that, yeah, it is going to happen really soon. It is the project has been greenlit. Unfortunately, not a sign, not even a prototype of the bike. We did get to see the prototype of the 790 Adventure, and from what we hear, the 390 is going to look almost just like that. So, well, that is exciting.
And that I mean, I've not seen it in the flesh. Tell me if you disagree, because from what I saw in the pics and the videos, the 790 Adventure looks almost like a Dakar bike. It looks that aggressive. It looks
Yeah.
Barring a very tall fly screen, it's pretty much a Dakar bike because it's got that height, it's got the massive suspension and wheels, and the prototype bike had a little rally raid computer on it. So I mean, yeah, and the bike they had on display was covered in mud. So you know they mean business, right?
So what we hear is the 390 Adventure will be seen a year down the line. I think EICMA 2018.
EICMA 2018, you should see the production version of the 790 Adventure and as well as the 390 Adventure. Come on, KTM, you can do it.
And 2019 is when it will go on sale in India.
Yes, 390 Adventure and hopefully also the 790 Duke and Adventure. Again, come on, KTM India, you can do it.
So yeah, that's anything else that we have to add from the KTM stand here as of now?
Well, that's pretty much, those two bikes were the real highlights. They had the whole other range as well, and all the bikes are always really, orange and exciting.
So the big takeaways for me are the 390 Adventure wasn't there at EICMA, but we know when to expect it now. And the 790 Duke, we'll keep our fingers crossed that Bajaj decide to bring it here. It could be brought in, but it's not a sure thing as of now. So that was us getting up close with the KTMs from EICMA 2017. Stay tuned to ZigWheels as we've got more coming up.